What's going on, people, and welcome to a brand new episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. I am your host with the most, the one and only Mr. Midas. Now, in each episode of Too Many Games, we get to speak to incredible people across the globe. And I'm so excited for today's show because we're doing something a little bit different, something unique to the channel that I've never done before. Now, today, I'm speaking to a creative, a VTuber, a person, the lover of the Donkey Kong series. Like, he loves all things gaming, music. You know them games that give you chills down your spine? Yes, the one and only Darkfry. Welcome to Too Many Games and Not Enough Time.
Yo, I'm so glad to be here, Midas. Thanks for having me.
Super.
Let me get my excited face. Woo!
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah, I love the excited face. That is amazing. Well, welcome to Too Many Games. Now, we're going to get straight into it. We're a short form podcast. I don't want to waste any time. Now, something that really touched me when I was like doing research about you is a lot of the time when it comes to gaming, people talk about gaming as a negative thing and how gaming is bad for you and you shouldn't waste your time gaming. But when you was young, you was actually pretty sick and you had asthma, and gaming was a way for you to actually escape and enjoy some stuff and really get into it. So gaming actually has helped your life. Can you explain that a bit to us?
Oh, absolutely. I talk about it in my latest video, which is about video game music, and how I got into gaming. Well, yeah, when I was young, I had very bad asthma and had to be bedridden because of it. Because when you're a young kid, you're a lot more vulnerable to such things. And my mom gave me her Game Boy Advance to play while I was stuck on the bed, and that's how I got into gaming. And I talk about in the video how my first game was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, one of my favorite games of all time still. And yeah, like, it helped. I discovered my passion for gaming, and which soon evolved into a passion for game design and a desire to make video games and a desire to talk about them, and that's how this whole thing happened.
It's super dope. I love it. And you was even explaining in the video that you didn't even speak English at that time when you were playing this game, so I'm assuming that even helped you with learning English and stuff like that.
Absolutely. One of the reasons I taught myself English when I was young was due to one, cartoons on TV, and two, playing games. Absolutely.
That is super dope. Now, I love your style. Your videos are super cool. You got this cool VTuber thing going on. How did that all come about?
Well, I'm not sure. I just thought of this cool little silly design idea because I thought it'd be really fun to have a very simple designed character. Like, obviously it's just, I'm just a circle on a stand basically, but what makes it unique, what makes it pop is the colors, the neon pink aesthetic. So it's a very good combination, I think, and yeah, I look fab, baby. Look at me.
You look fabulous, yes, and your personality really shines through it as well. It's like so simple, but it really lets us see your personality. So the world has been in crisis. COVID's had us all locked in, and we've really been able to play lots of games. What is a game that you've kind of been able to get lost in and really spend some time with?
If you're talking recently, the two games I've been playing very recently have been Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart, and Guilty Gear Strive. Which just have been both two super different experiences because one is a fighting game and the other is a action platformer, and just visually stunning, both of them. And I've just been spending so much time with those games.
They are two pretty ass games. I was saying that right now I feel like Ratchet and Clank is probably the best PlayStation 5 game because it's giving you all of those experiences. Like, the visuals are incredible, the combat is amazing, like it is so funny. I love the parts where you get to see the different guns and they do like the little preview screen. Like, that is hilarious to me. And just the way that it interacts with the DualSense controller. Like, for me, I feel like the DualSense controller is the most next gen thing that we've using so far. How much are you loving the DualSense?
Oh yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing, honestly. Like, I remember when I first got the PS5 and just getting my mind blown with Astro's Playroom and all of the things that it showcased there. And I just remember thinking, like, man, I hope devs take advantage of this. Like, it actually is a really cool thing. Like, it doesn't feel like a cheap gimmick. It actually is really cool because you feel it. It's something visceral that you feel while playing. It's not just some throwaway thing. I hope they take advantage of that, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a great example of that. That game is very special to me because I grew up with Ratchet and Clank, and there's a difference between having fun with a game and enjoying it and having a good time with a game, and that game actually making you happy. Like, Ratchet and Clank was making me happy. Like, I had a stupid smile on my face the entire time I was playing that game. It was just such a joyous experience.
You gotta show us that smile again.
I can't recommend it enough. Yeah, look, it's the iconic Darkfry face. Look at it. Yeah. This was me. Let me tell you, this was me when playing Rift Apart. This accurate representation. Just, I can't recommend it enough, really.
Do you know what? I loved what you just said there. Like, there's a big difference from enjoying a game, thinking a game's great, and really like having fun and feeling great. Because like something like The Last of Us is one of my favorite games, and I love that experience. And then I think of something like Spider-Man PS4, which was just so much fun, just swinging around like New York City. But Final Fantasy VII Remake, every single time I play that, the joy I feel. Like, I've completed it twice because I platinumed it. I played it on normal, I've played it on hard. I started playing Integrate recently. I completed Intermission, and every time I hear that music, I've literally just got your big smile on my face. Like, it just fills me with so much joy every time I play that
Someone Photoshop that, please.
Yeah, that's a Photoshop we definitely need. So I want to talk to you about Guilty Gear. So I dabble in fighting games. Like, I've never been the sickest at fighting games. Street Fighter has always been my game because that's the one that I grew up with, but I'll play everything like Dragon Ball Fighters, Mortal Kombat. I'm not the craziest about Tekken, but I've got a lot of love for the franchise. But I love the visual art of Guilty Gear, so I really want to get into it. But one thing that really blew my mind is when I saw the story trailer. The story trailer looks really, really good. So have you actually played any of the story, or are you just doing multiplayer stuff?
See, that's a bit of an oxymoron. Play the story, because the story mode in Guilty Gear Strive is like, it's basically a movie. It's basically an anime. Yeah, the story wise, there is single player stuff in the arcade mode, and there's a little bit of story there. That's pretty cool. The story is very good, but it's not, there's no gameplay. It's just watching a very good anime. It's like they just put a full ass anime on in Guilty Gear Strive. It's kind of mind blowing, but yeah, odd decision. But I can see why they did it. And yeah, I've been playing mostly multiplayer and trying to learn the game because I'm not like a fighting game aficionado either. Most of my time so far with Guilty Gear Strive has been trying to learn all of the characters and find my main character, which I'm going to use, which I did, is Nagoriyuki, the big vampire samurai dude. I freaking love him.
It's mad because they gassed me because I was watching a clip of the anime and I was like, wow, is this their story mode in the game? This must be the sickest story mode in a game since Mortal Kombat. They tried to trick me, boy. That is a smart move though. Now I know why it looks so good, because it was basically a whole ass anime. All right, yeah. So there's so many games out there, too much games and not enough time for everyone to play them. Like, I've played a lot of games and but as a gamer yourself, is there any game that you'd recommend that I should try out?
Ooh, a game that you should try out. Tell me, Midas, are you a fan of visual novels?
Do you know what? I've started getting into them slowly. I'm a big anime guy and JRPG guy, and I've started kind of dipping my toe into the visual novel thing. I'm pretty new into it, I'll be honest.
Okay, have you heard of a little game called 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim?
Yes, very, very, very good game.
Have you played it?
Yes. So I've got I think I did about 5 hours into it. I like the way that it's a mix of the visual novel, but you're still walking around town and stuff like that and interacting. I like that they tell the story from all of the different characters' point of view. I wasn't crazy about the whole the combat side. Like, I thought it was a bit, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I knew what I was doing. I was just sending a mech over here, pressing this button, sending a mech over here, pressing this button. I never lost. I never lost once, so I must have known what I was doing, but I was just kind of putting things in places that I think they should be.
Because that's always my big recommendation is 13 Sentinels, because I think that is just a masterpiece of video game storytelling and what it can do. Aside from that, let's see, it's another game that I've been playing recently. I will recommend Guilty Gear Strive, because it is probably the best fighting game to get into fighting games if you want to dabble into them, because the online is really good. It has incredible characters. The combat is simplified but super fun still. Like, it has some very simple to understand but very deep mechanics. Just that game makes my game designer brain tingle so much. I love it. It does so many genius things that maybe I'd love to talk about someday.
It's so mad, because I feel like that is probably the hardest thing to do in a great fighting game, is make it simple enough that someone who doesn't really have skills can button bash and win some matches, but also make it intricate enough that people in the FGC can really break down this game and kind of take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, well, you can't really button mash in it. Like, button mashing won't get you that far, but it is very fun to learn. And you have a good fighting game where even when you're losing, it's fun. Like, even when you're losing, even if you know you suck, the game even if the game gives you like a low ranking because god, you're a scrub lord and you're just not good at it yet, bro. Sorry. But who cares? It's so much fun. Like the the visual flair and the music and the crazy character designs and just watching them. It's just pure adrenaline.
I see the joy all over your face. All right. So with my next statement, you're probably going to give me a very sad face and you're not going to be happy with me. But I know that you are a big fan of the Donkey Kong series. I've never played Tropical Freeze yet. Like, I haven't played it. Like, it's a game that I've heard amazing things about, but I don't know why. I've always kind of been like, I don't know if it's going to connect with me. And Nintendo's games are like so expensive. I'm like, do I want to pay £50 for a game that I'm not too sure about? See, sad face. But what I want to know from you is, we haven't had a brand new Donkey Kong for a while. What would you want in a new Donkey Kong game?
What would I want from a new Donkey Kong? Okay, so I would want it to be crazy. I talk in my Jungle Beat video that the thing I really like about a Jungle Beat is how crazy over the top it is. Like Donkey Kong, big ass gorilla, like you in Counter Returns, you defeat the final boss by punching the moon at him. In Jungle Beat, you engage in like a full-on Dragon Ball Z fight with the final boss, and you just throw crazy punches at him, and you just throw him around the screen, and just crazy stuff like that. Like, that's what I want to see in Donkey Kong games. I want them to be crazy fun, over the top. Maybe I'm alone on that because Donkey Kong games are mostly known for their really like interesting level designs and stuff. And sure enough, I'm sure like whether it's 3D or 2D, you can go crazy analyzing the level designs of those games and just find so much stuff to learn. But goddamn, the thing that makes Donkey Kong fun for me is big strong Gape doing
crazy
big strong Gape things. Yeah.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer it to be a 3D game, or would you want it to stay 2D?
I haven't played Donkey Kong 64, so I don't know. I've only played the 2D games, so I can't really answer that. But a new 3D one, I wouldn't be against it, because there are way more 2D ones than 3D, so I don't see why not. Go for it.
Donkey Kong 64 is probably my favorite in the series, and the game that I love the most. Darkfry, before I let you go, because we're a short form podcast, so we're running out of time, where can the people find you, and what piece of content would you send them to go and watch if they're really interested in all the amazing things that you do?
Okay, so you can find me on YouTube, Darkfry. That's my channel because I'm Darkfry. Makes sense. I'd recommend you watch my latest video on video game music at the time of this recording. I'm working on a very big hour-long video right now about Dark Souls, which is I'm very excited. It's going to be a very good video. You can follow me on Twitter at DarkfryYT, where I post objectively funny things. And you can follow my own podcast, Video Gems. Video Gems Pod on Twitter. Yeah.
Dope. And that's it. I've been Mr. Midas. He's been Darkfry. You've been the MVPs. And we out of here. Give me a smile before we go, Darkfry.
Peace. Yay.
Peace.